was on the honor roll.
Honor roll 3 years in a row. He had hopes and dreams of being a pro football player, if not a lawyer. He had that because he come from Ethiopia, and when we left Ethiopia, he seen the planes going to Canada. I'm going to Canada for a better life, and I'm going to be somebody special. And he was so driven. Anything he did, he just, and that's where sports was good for him to let the other stuff go.
What do you think needs to change when it comes to how kids interact with each other at schools, specifically?
I want zero tolerance for racism, zero tolerance for bullying. There should be consequences. And the consequences don't include suspending kids, because I don't believe in that. I don't think kids should be sent home to be alone. I think there needs to be more education. Posters in the hallway just don't do it anymore. And parents also need to educate the children on how much it hurts.
When I grew up, if you did something, there was accountability. You didn't just go on the phone, and then now they have phones and they say something and it doesn't go away. You can't even leave. You go home for the week from school, and the stuff is there Saturday. It's still there because kids are on their phones so darn much now. It's just.
And Caleb did tell me some of that kids would be trying to get him involved in a group chat, and I would say just snap it so I can see it, delete them, but it hurt him. It did a lot.
So you have his 2 younger sisters.
We do.
How are they doing?
Well, our oldest Cadis, she struggles and has struggled with racism. But since Caleb passed away, if we hear anything, I call the parents, whatever I have to do. I remember calling one parent, and she said they actually use the N-word on a daily basis in their house. Yeah, and her kids they're part of Aboriginal. I was just dumbfounded. So it starts at home.
With everything going on in the world right now that was sparked by what's happened with George Floyd, how has that affected you guys and the conversations you're having just in your house?
Well, it troubles the girls, I know. They don't understand, Mom. Why are the police always doing this to Black people? They don't understand. But I don't understand.
They're not all that, but there is some bad apples that grew up being racist. Like the guy the George Floyd incident, how can you do that? How could he? It's just, you don't want to accept it, but it happened, and it shouldn't happen in 2020. It's just.
When you brought your kids home from Ethiopia, did you even think that these kind of conversations would be things that you would...
No.
Like what happened with Caleb aside, that racism would be such a big part of what's going on in society?
I did not.
No.
I mean, like I said, I work in a dental office. We see all sorts of cultures in our office. And no, I never even thought about it.
How important is it for you to keep Caleb's story out there?
Very important. I don't want this to happen to any other child or any other family.
Caleb always told me, Dad, I played some sports, but I grew up on a dairy farm, and I have cattle and farm. But he always told me, Dad, everybody knows my name, but nobody knows your name. And now everybody still knows Caleb's name after he's passed. And he's going to stand for something. Didn't make it in pro football or where he wanted to go, but now he's going to be remembered for some other things that need to happen.
I just want our girls and any other Black kids to be able to walk down the street and not to be called a name because of their color. Yeah, we're all God's children.
We're all equal. I don't see it as...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all the same.